Good morning, guys. Welcome to Trade Confident. Well, ended up seeing a drop on Bitcoin for sure. We ended up calling this out a few days ago, so I want to go over this. Obviously, you guys are like, wow, this is super cool. You know, you're able to call the drop. Those of you who are on the short trades, those of you who were taking short trades who emailed me, you guys are doing great. Congratulations on that. I want to go over Ethereum of why this ended up dropping and where we can possibly head to next, because that's what you guys are probably wanting to know. All right, so last time I did this, I came out with a video on this top here. I ended up selling all of my Ethereum, and then it ended up crashing really hard. I used the metrics, I used the trend exhaustion, and the price versus well money flow. How did I do that really quick? Because this does correlate to today's video. I was watching this, I saw divergence here, and I saw divergence here on the chart. Basically, we were seeing a positive move to the downside forecasted for the trend exhaustion and the price versus the well money flow here, and we started to move up. So as we saw money moving out of the market with the green line here with the well money flow, and as the trend exhaustion was trying to push down while price was moving up, this is when we saw a drop. I ended up selling up here. You guys have seen this. I won't keep going over all this, but this is where I ended up getting my filled positions, and I ended up selling out of Doge. I ended up selling out of Ethereum. I ended up selling out of ADA. I took all those profits, came over here, withdrew about $540. You guys saw that as well, and awesome. It's in my account and I made money, and now we're back up another $56. So I am using all the metrics to make these calls. All right, for Ethereum though, the last video I came out with, I mentioned, yes, it is possible that we see a pump up here, but I don't believe we're going to go any higher than structured high. That's exactly as high as we got, and we could not push there, and we started moving down. So this line right here, this ascending support line is what it's called. This is a very crucial moment for Ethereum. If this breaks to the downside, as this broke to the upside, this could be a nice drop in the market, and I will be going over how low we could go. I want you guys to take just a quick look at the trend exhaustion here. We're going to go straight over the metrics, which is what called this drop in the market for Bitcoin and a lot of these coins in here. If you guys saw anything in here, I was calling this drop. I also called... I'll try to do a video on ADA today. I mentioned we might see a breakout to the upside and then a move back down. That's what happened over here, and I will be covering that. So with Ethereum, let's take a look into the past and see what's happened when we got up to this top red zone. Obviously, this put us into the trend moving up, so we're going to look back a little bit further. If we take a look and we get into this top red zone here, we start seeing moves down. Well, what happened previously? We saw a move down of about 13.52%. Okay, keep that in your mind. About 13%. We saw a move up here to the top red zone. We overextended ourselves. At the peak, we saw a drop here of about 10%, okay? Between 10, we'll say about 11, averaging right there. We see a move into the red zone. Again, an overextension here, and we see a move down, possibly about 6% on that one, and then we see a move down here of about, let's call it 11 to maybe 12%. So maybe close to a 10% move down. Take a look at this up here, guys, and then obviously we saw a great move down, but maybe around 18% or so. All right, let's correlate that to where we were at the peak. If we look at around 10% of a move down, that's going to put us right around this area of about 22,000. Now, that actually correlates pretty nicely with some metrics, but we have to end up breaking this ascending support first. So over the weekends, I'm watching this very strongly, but here's what I'm really watching for over the weekend if you guys want to know. By the way, real quick, I'm going to make it fast. Price versus the well money flow, the trend exhaustion, the trend dashboard. These are all custom indicators I've coded in here to help me trade. If you guys want them, awesome. They're going up in price in 2 days because August 1st, the prices are going up. You guys can get those at Trade Confident under the indicators tab over here. Awesome. There are the links. Let's go over Ethereum. I will try to see if I can cover Doge today, probably on Monday though. All right, for Ethereum in here, these metrics are going to get updated 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The emotional index was telling us we were pushing up into the excited and greedy section. This historically has seen 1, 2, you call this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a row. This has shown us that we are expecting to move back down when we get to this area. I know a lot of you guys were in the comments, and even I saw news articles coming out saying like these big whales are buying all this money, we're going to keep heading up. And I'm like, okay, I understand that, but this does not have a from history, if we look at historical history, it did not have a chance of moving up based off the metrics, and they did hold true. Again, this is now 8 out of 8 times this has held true. When we get into the excited and the greedy section, we are seeing nice drops in the market. I'm not just meaning like okay drops. Like these are nice drops in the market. Like 10% on Bitcoin is actually pretty substantial. Let's get back over to Ethereum. So for Ethereum, we need to move down the metrics, and let's keep looking at what's happening. This is interesting if you guys are watching this. Long versus short trades for Ethereum. We actually see that short trades are increasing in the market while long trades are increasing. are the whales coming out and are they looking to possibly short this because they see this pattern on the chart and they're going to try to move this back down? Because I know a lot of retail traders on lower time frames are going to be looking for this. Basically, it's an ascending support bounce to move back up. Yes, we might see a little bit move back up, but if we start breaking this, we could start moving down very fast. So I'm watching this. If over the weekend, guys, short trades increase and these long trades decrease here, this is not a good sign that you guys are going to see Ethereum move up. It's most likely going to break this and start moving down pretty fast. Well, Travis, the next question you guys have is how low is this going to go and what's your prediction? I will be going over that, okay? So long for short trade risk, if you guys are looking for one indicator that's like, hey, I want to trade today, but should I take a long trade or should I take a short trade? Watch this, like here you go. This is your metric. You want a good long trade or a great long trade? Wait for the blue line metric to get into these sections and then take those trades if you want. Not financial advice. You know, I got to say this, entertainment purposes only. But if you guys are watching, this has held true so many times of helping you guys stay on the right side of the market. This will reduce your risk when trading drastically, because it has held true so much in the past, okay? Let's take a look at the whale and the institutional smart money. We've seen it here that the accumulation of short trades has been very powerful, basically like a block in here, looking for a move back down. And those of you guys who did end up taking the short trade on here because you saw the drop, you guys did very well. And if you guys were using 10x leverage, for example, on Bitcoin, you know at about 30%, or if you're at 5, you're at 15%. For Ethereum here, this was interesting because we had an overextension and then we saw a drop back down. If you guys ended up taking the short, as I mentioned, I don't think we're going to get up past this top point here. And if you guys ended up shorting here and you followed the YouTube channel, you guys are sitting just around about 4%. It's like 3.93% right now. So 10x leverage on that is around 40%. 5 is obviously 20%. So great job. 20 to 40% is not bad whatsoever for shorting this, okay? Let's take a look at where we can possibly go now, because this is the questions I'm going to get in the comments. I just know it, and they're very good questions. Let's take a look. Follow me down here with your eyes. If you're going down, where do you guys see the next strongest level of support for Ethereum? It is right around 21.6 and 21.7, 2,160 and 2,173. So we'll call this about 2,170, okay? Look at where that puts us on the chart. 2,170 puts us right about here. It's at the bottom of this structure low here, okay? Also pulling the structures over here, we see a very nice move where we could see a bounce back up. Now, like I mentioned, you're going to have to break this in order to get there, obviously. So that is what I'm watching. But if you guys come over here, make sure you guys are watching to see, like, let me cover that in a second. I don't want to jump ahead here. If you guys want to get like the best move for this weekend coming up, and you're like, oh, I want to get into the market, I don't know where to enter, I'm going to show you guys how to do that to take advantage of the best entry for the weekend, okay? That's what I want to get to there. As far as a move up, I'm not going to call too much here. Obviously, previous structure high is where we could head, but let's see what I think we're going to do for more of a move down if that channel is broken. Okay, dollar cost average, probably the best metric in the market to call the bottoms of any crypto. I've compared this to so many of them out there, CryptoQuant, Glassnode, Sentiment, all those big boys. I wasn't able to find a better metric out there. If you guys took any of the dollar cost average entries on here, you all made money, you're all in the profit. If you ended up taking any of these entries and you simply just came over here and used the exit points, you made profit on all of these trades, both these trades that, here, let's see if we can get this with both screens. If you guys took these entries right here, you ended up taking a profit point up here, you ended up selling. Great amount of percentage there. If you guys end up taking this right here, that's correlated to this move right here in the market. You guys are up and you end up taking an exit and you guys made money there as well. Okay. I was looking the last few times at this block here of red, and I was explaining to you guys, when we get a block of red, this is usually when we start heading down pretty fast. Now, although Ethereum could start moving back up and heading up higher, I do expect, and I did expect to see this start moving down pretty nicely. So I want to show you guys right now. Obviously, you guys can access all these metrics over here. You guys know this. I do this on every video real quick. It's $49 a month. Access all of these. It is probably one of the best investments you'll make for crypto. All right. Let me go over and tell you guys right now how I am trading this to make money. Because I think you guys are probably like, hey, I like how you're making money. You're up in your account right now and you're making withdrawals. What I ended up doing is I did get filled in my position for Ethereum over here at 2,219. Let me show you exactly where that's at. Actually, I'm going to do this so we can keep this transparent on the chart of where I got in. 2,219. So 2,000. 219. This was my original buy limit. So what I ended up doing on this video when I came out with this, I called the drop here. I sold all of my Ethereum, and I simply said, guys, I'm selling all my Ethereum, not because I don't believe in it, but I'm just going to buy the dip. We dropped down, I bought the dip. So that's why my account is currently up. I ended up buying this. Now, my other 3 buy limits are in very strategic places, okay? Now, if you guys come over to the live trade section, those of you guys with a paid membership, you guys can access everything else. Bitcoin's free, so everyone can access that. But all these other coins, you can access this in here. Okay, the Ethereum live trading, yes, these yellow lines will update, okay? So be aware of that. These will update. Even today at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, some of these trade lines are going to update. So be careful not to just copy this on the video here. I do advise you guys to wait for that, all right? This is what I ended up doing. I ended up seeing that we were up here the last time around 2,320. You can see that right here very clearly. What I ended up doing is I ended up getting into this buy limit right here. So previous, let me scroll in here a little bit so you can see this. This is where we were before. Let me get over here on the daily. This will make this a little bit clearer for you guys so you can see this. This is a daily chart that I'm looking at. So you guys see this drop right here? This is not the current drop that I just called. I just want to make that very clear. That's that drop right here. You have to go down to the 4 hour to see this better. All right. So when we ended up getting up here, what I did is I took the first yellow line below the dotted line, and then I ended up making that my buy limit. If you guys have $1,000 you want to trade with Ethereum, or let's say $10,000, $100,000, doesn't matter. What I'm calling in here is for you guys to look to split that up into 4 equal portions. Why is that? Too many people, I've seen this happen so many times where people get excited in the market and they dump all of their money in right now. Like all the money they have, they just dump it in. I have always dollar cost average. It's what Grayscale does, what a lot of hedge funds do. They dollar cost average into their entries. So what I did, and at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, this morning, you guys can take a trade if you want, okay? Not financial advice. I have to just put that out there. If you want to get a market order in here, let's say, for example, we're going to do this. You have $1,000 you want to enter the market with right now, okay? $250 could go at a market order right now when you're watching this video. And then the first 3 yellow lines below the dotted white line, which is going to be the live price, can be where you place buy limits for $250 each. Does that make sense, guys? If you have $10,000, it's going to be $2,500 at each buy limit for the first 3 below, and it's going to be $2,500 at a market order. Now, if you expect this to head even lower, what you can do is look at the first 4 yellow lines below the dotted line, and that can be your buy limit prices. And then the first yellow line above the dotted line, which is the live price, is your sell limit of where you can take profit or use any of the metrics. Watch this video over here to teach you guys how to trade this. It is very simple. This is exactly what I'm doing. I have some of you guys, you're like, hey, I've been using bots for a while, and you guys are completely canceling your memberships or subscriptions over there, and you're starting to trade like this. This is very, very accurate trading. These lines are coded around Fibonacci zones, support and resistance, bot zones. They're coded around whole numbers, quarter series numbers, bank numbers of where they trade. It is really, really accurate. So I would follow these prices over here because I've taken about 3,000 hours of charting experience and made these in a ton of education to give you guys the best lines. And of course, to show you that I'm sticking true to what I believe, I am using all the exact same buy limits myself to make the money with my own personal account. All right, guys, I just want to show you the value you guys get over at tradeconfident.io for your membership is ridiculous and possibly the best metrics you will ever find for crypto at the moment. I've compared them to Glassnode, all these other ones. We've been able to call the drop more accurately than the other ones. So I'm very humbled by that. I'm not going to get cocky on here. I just want to say this has been holding true very, very well. And I hope that we can just, I'm just going to keep reporting the metrics unbiasedly. Even if I lose a position, I'm going to keep reporting them well. God bless you guys so much. I'll see you guys next video. The indicators are going up. Make sure you snag them today if you'd like them, and I will see you guys later. Watch to see if we break this right here. If we do, we could start moving down pretty fast. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.